Today we're going to be doing some more with mole to mole, but this time we're going to go all the way from gram to gram. We are going to do the rotations. The lecture is going to be just a little bit. We're going to do a few problems together. When we go to rotation, you're basically doing the same thing in each rotation unit. You're going to be working on daily work 6.2, working on your quiz 6.2. You're just going to rotate in or out of the red where you can get help.
Hi, get me and Jacoby to the counseling center for a few minutes.
Okay?
Great.
All right, so the first rotation you can see up here, after we're going to have about 16 minutes in each rotation. First rotation will just be the red and the green, and the second rotation the red and the blue. So each of you will get a chance to come in to the red. If you need extra help, make sure that if there's an empty spot in the red, you're more than welcome to join us. Okay, so starting off with your lesson. Maybe. There we go. The first question that you have in here is this. How many grams of chlorine can be liberated from the decomposition of 64 grams of gold chloride by this reaction? Whenever I have a stoichiometry problem, it's sort of like a story problem, and I hated story problems in math, okay? But I learned how to decode them. And the thing that you need to do to decode this is either circle or underline. It doesn't really matter what you do. What you need to find and what you have. So I always circle what I need to find and I underline what I have so that I know where it's going. Then, with my balanced equation, I write under or above that balanced equation. I'm trying to find grams of chlorine, and I've got 64.0 grams of gold chloride. Because then, I'm just narrowing in on these. I don't have to worry about the gold. The gold helped me balance the equation, but for the stoichiometry problem, I'm not worried about that. So I exit out so I don't get screwed up. Okay? I'm just giving you my little tricks. If it says grams on any of them, so this one says grams, I know I'm going to have to add that mass up. And I know I'm going to have to add this mass up because it says grams. I do that first before I start my stuff. So I go ahead and I look them up on my periodic table and I add them up. When I add them up, I know they're equal to 1 mole. Okay? So now I've got all the things that I need to do the final conversion stuff. Okay, the final factor label, and I can put everything together. So I've sort of broke it down before I start. Again, when we do our factor label, we always start with what we were given on the top right. We don't put anything underneath it. We start on the top right. Now, we have to be in moles before we use the equation. So I just go back to my mole map and I say, okay, I'm going to follow the green arrow on my mole map up top here, and I'm going to put 1 mole of gold chloride on the top, and I'm going to add the mass of gold chloride on the bottom so that the mass will cancel out. Okay? Once I get into moles, then I can go to the equation, and that's where I can change what I have. So I have gold chloride, and I'm going to chlorine gas. So on the bottom, I'm going to put moles of gold chloride because I want to get rid of it. And on the top, I put moles of chlorine because that's what I want to go to. Okay? Moles of gold chloride go out. And then we're still not to grams, so the last conversion is going back to my mole map in the center, and I'm going towards grams. So on that one, I'm following the red arrow, which tells me to put the mole on the bottom and put the mass on the top so that I can cancel out the moles. Then I do my calculations. I times through the top. I hit my divide. I put my parentheses in. I times through the bottom, close my parentheses. And how many significant figures should I report? Just 3. So as I'm looking at this, the 6 is significant, the 4 is significant, the 0 is significant because it tells me how well I measured something. So I have 3 significant figures. Give you a chance to put it through, and then I'll ask a brave soul to tell me what they think it is. Okay, Jack, do you have that answer? No? Can somebody help Jack? Yes. 22.4. Do I have a second on that? Okay, awesome. It is 22.4. Good job. So the big thing here is it's not hard. You just have to go in order. Now, I learned a little ditty when I was in college that helped me remember this. Okay? And it's really silly, and I'm not a singer, great singer. Okay, I'm not a singer. But it helped me. So whatever you start with, if you're going grams to grams, okay, it goes so you start here, it goes grams to moles, moles to moles, moles to grams. Then you start again. Grams to moles, moles to moles, moles to grams. Grams to moles, moles to moles, moles to grams, and that's all. I can't remember the rest of the ditty. That's all I remember, but that helps me, okay? So it's I don't know if you know that rhythm, that grams to moles, moles to moles, moles to grams, grams to moles, moles. Is that what it is? You're not happy. Where's your happy face? What's that show, guys? What's that show? This is my happy face. Oh, I can't remember.
So much.
It's with cheerleader. It has cheerleaders and that grumpy guy, the marshals watching over him. I don't remember. Okay, let's do another one. So, starting again. Identify first what you have and what you're given. So tell me, what do I have and what do I circle? What do I underline? Circle, mass of AgCl. Got it. What do I underline? Okay, 200 grams AlCl3, aluminum chloride. Okay, what do I do with them now that I've got them circled and underlined? What did I tell you the next step was? So underneath mass of AgCl, what am I going to put? Question mark grams. Good. What am I going to put underneath? Whoops, I've got it wrong. Try it again. Question mark grams. Underneath AlCl3, what do I put? 200.0 grams. What do I do with the rest? Cross them out so I don't worry about them. Okay? But I have to have the equation balanced before I cross them out. Right? Okay. All right. Now, what do I start with? I'm going to have you guys watch. What do I do now? What do I do? Okay, I'm going to add these up so I have the grams ready to roll. So I don't have to stop. So I'm going to take off to the side and I'm going to write these down so I know what I have. And I just do them off to the side. Sidebar. Okay? Give you a chance to write that down, just so that you know where the numbers come from. These just are coming right from the periodic table. I don't want them to just be magically appearing in your notes and you're going, I don't know how I got that number. Okay? So this is just off the periodic table, just adding the formula mass. Okay, who can give me the next step? What do we do next? What are we going to set up next? We're going to set up the factor label, right? So we're going to take our 200, which we know, and we're going to set up our factor label. Then if we use the little ditty, grams to moles. So if I do grams to moles, what goes on the bottom? Grams to moles. Okay, so it always starts on the bottom here. So we can put grams on the bottom, and we're going to take that from right here. So we're going to put the grams on the bottom, and that's so that we can cancel out those 2 grams. And we're going to put 1 mole on the top. Now this is important because this is where I see a lot of kids screw up. Whenever I'm going from grams to moles or moles to grams, it's always 1 mole. Okay, always 1 mole. Is it locked? Okay. All right, so then what we're going to do then is now we come up to the equation. We are going to use the ratio here for the equation. Make sure that you check out in the office if you're checking out, because they should have called over. She shouldn't be coming to the class.
They called her during tutorial, but she wasn't in the class that they thought she
Oh,
was.
well, there's the answer there. Okay, so we want to get rid of aluminum chloride, right? Because we've got it on the top. So this is grams to moles. Now we put the moles on the bottom. So in front of aluminum chloride, there's a 1. So we put that on the bottom. And then we're going to a new mole of something new. So we put this 3 moles of silver chloride on the top. Stop and make sure that cancels out. Okay. Now we're in moles. So grams to moles, moles to moles, moles to grams. So the last part there, we're going to put 1 mole on the bottom of AgCl. And this time we're going to use this mass right here and put it on the top. Making sure the moles cancel out and we're left with the right units. Then we're going to take times through the top, divide. There's only 1 number on the bottom. The others are 1s. Get an answer. How many significant figures here? 4. Good. All those zeros count because that last 0 tells me how well I measured. So plug it through. Let's see what we can get for an answer. When somebody gets done and is brave, yes.
Would it be 645.0?
645.0. Do I have a second? I have 1 second. Okay. Let's see if it is. And I should have had the 0.0. So you, positive point there. Okay, because it should have had the 0.0 because of the 4 sig figs. Okay. Is everybody getting this? Is there any part that you're having a struggle with? Okay, there's 2 more. I want you to go ahead and try the next one on your own using the same thing here. I will put the answers up as we go, a little bit at a time. But I want you to try and identify again, circle what you're trying to find, underline what you're given, put it underneath the equation, and then add up what you need to add up, and then start your factor label. If you're having problems, let's go ahead and pull me in and I'll try and help you get done what you need to get done. So start. Circle what you need to find. Underline what you have. Then put it underneath the equation. Yeah, you don't need those. So you're trying to find this. Okay, so double check and make sure that you've written that part up right so you don't go through the whole thing and figure out you've got it wrong. Make sure you're putting full labels on everything because you need to know if it's grams or moles and what compound it is. Remember, it's down, not up. So put it down, not up. So it's a subscript. It goes below. Make sure as you go on page that you're putting your name at the top, so then you don't forget to put it in when you submit. And then I give you a 0 because you didn't put your name on the top. This is such a bummer. Yep. Okay, so take a look up front. Hopefully you've got a chance to get it done. Thumbs up, I got it right. Thumbs down, not so much. Thumbs sideways, I got partway through but didn't quite finish. Okay, so you got some thumbs sideways. So go ahead and finish this one. Go ahead and go on to the next one. Let's see what you can do with the next one. So we're practicing. If you need help, let me know. I'll come over and help you. But we want to make sure we're doing it right before I set you free to do your own. So I'll turn the page here in just a minute, but go ahead and go on to the next one, D, and do it on your own, all the way on your own. So quickly get this one copied down, Jill. You guys want one of these just to turn around? And
Yeah, I'll take it.
then you just turn your seat around. And do you guys want one of those to turn around? Or? Okay. Mm-hmm. If you get done with D and you're waiting for us, you can work on your quiz while you're waiting. But I don't want you moving on to your practice until we make sure we've got this right. Is it 200 on yours or 100? 100, so it's going to be off. Dang it. So again, if you finished with this question, go ahead and work on your quiz while I'm slowly putting it up. And then once we get done with this, we'll talk for just a sec and then go to rotations. Yes. There we go. Sorry. So I had a little bit of errors on this one still. But is that what we got for the answer? Is that a yes? Okay, if not, please pull me in and we'll go over it. You have some practice that needs to be done, and you need a quiz. As you hit the red section, that's where I want you to tell me what your quiz is, and that's where I'll give you extra help. So if you are working on your daily work and you don't know how to do a problem, skip it, go to the next one, so when you hit red, you can get help with what you need help with. Okay? Make sure that you're using the people next to you. In the blue area, it's a person on either side. In the green area, it's whoever's on your desk. Okay, so if you need to move so you have somebody on your desk, you're welcome to do that. And then when you get to the red area, it's who's next to you, and I'll be in the center. As a reminder, or as a, not really a reminder, I am going to be doing a reteach on Wednesday for those that did very poorly on the test. You need to go to the reteach and finish the packet in order to be able to retake a part of the test on Friday. During tutorial, or if you have not taken the test at all, you'll need to be prepared to take the test on Friday during tutorial. You might have to take some of your lunch too and finish up the test, depending on how quickly you finish the test, if you haven't taken the test before, because I don't think you can do both parts. So the ticket to get in on Friday's tutorial will be a completed packet from the reteach. So if nobody shows up on Wednesday, then only the people that haven't taken the test will be allowed in. Okay? So, that being said, this is what we're working on today. I'll put a timer up. It will be probably about 20 minutes in each area, it looks like. Okay?